Hey there everybody, thank you very much for visiting my YouTube channel, and this, my review of the new Darren Aronofsky movie, Mother! First of all, this review is going to be completely spoiler free. I am not going to be spoiling anything about Mother. I'm not even going to give you guys the basic plot of this movie in case you haven't seen it. Mother is written and directed by Darren Aronofsky, and apparently he wrote it in like 5 days or something because he was mad at the world and he just wrote down a script and then he shot it. I went to see this movie last night and I have some thoughts. I'm not really sure how I feel about this movie. It's a very, very weird film. It's one of the weirdest, most unique, different films you will ever see in your entire life. First of all, what I do have to say is that this movie is not what the trailers and the marketing wants you to believe. It was marketed and presented in the trailers like a horror movie. This is not, and I mean this, it is not a horror movie by any stretch of the imagination. I don't even know if you could call it a thriller. It's definitely a psychological movie. The entire movie is just one giant metaphor, and everything in the movie is a bunch of metaphors for other things. And that's what makes this movie, to me, it made it really interesting. Now, clearly this movie stars Jennifer Lawrence and Javier Bardem, two actors that I really like, and they gave great performances in this movie. I mean, Jennifer Lawrence is pretty much great in anything aside from X-Men. We won't talk about X-Men. But I do feel like one of the problems I had with this movie is a lot of close-ups. Darren Aronofsky chose to use a lot of close-ups, not a lot of mid-range shots, not a lot of wide shots. And I get why he wanted to use a lot of close-ups. It brings a lot of intensity to the movie and a lot of tension and a lot of drama, but it can get a bit annoying. There's never that point in this movie where you get a break as the audience. You get to go, oh, okay, I can breathe for a second here now. Now, Mother is not going to be for everyone, okay? If you saw Mother and you didn't like it, I totally understand. I can see why people wouldn't like this movie. People think it's too weird. For example, when the movie finished last night and me and my friend are sitting there and the credits started to roll, there was just silence in the audience for about 10 seconds, and then everyone started to chit-chat. And the most common thing I was hearing out of people, no joke, was, what the fuck was that? And, huh? And I don't get it. I heard a lot of that from the audience. In fact, 95% of the people I was with were saying things like that. I happen to understand what the movie was trying to tell me, and I happen to understand, you know, some of the messages that the movie was trying to get across. So I can see why people aren't going to like this movie and just don't understand what this movie's about and the messages it's trying to convey. But the second half of this movie, right into the third act, right up until the end of the movie, just goes really batshit crazy. And I'm not going to give anything away, but something happens in the third act of the movie that really disturbed me. And I understand why it's there, and I understand its purpose, but for someone who already understood the message the movie was trying to send, that moment is unnecessary and just disturbing, and you didn't need it. But for people who really didn't understand the movie up until that point, when that moment happens, I think a lot of people will go, oh, I get it. But, like I said before, there were people in the audience who, even with that moment happening, still didn't understand what the fuck this movie was about. So guys, that is my review of Mother. Let me know your thoughts on Mother in the comment section below. Have you seen it? Did you understand it? Please, no spoilers in the comments. Let's keep the comment section spoiler free. Overall, I walked out of this movie liking it. I like this movie. I don't love this movie. It's a very, very weird movie. I can totally understand why it's not going to be for everyone. I did happen to understand what the movie was trying to tell me and the messages it was trying to send. But this movie is not for everyone. Do not walk in thinking it's going to be a horror movie or a thriller movie, because it's not what the trailers are selling you. But regardless, it's a movie I would recommend if you're just a lover of film and you want to try and see everything that comes out and you like seeing weird, out-of-the-box films. So, thank you very much for watching. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already to my channel. I have lots of reviews and videos coming soon, and I will talk to you guys next time.